For decades, many Nigerians have been told that the Southeast is merely a commercial region, a land of traders, entrepreneurs, markets, and manufacturing. Whenever discussions about oil and gas arise, attention usually shifts to the Niger Delta, while the Southeast is often left out of the conversation. But what if that narrative is incomplete? What if beneath the soils of Anambra, Imo, Abia, Enugu, and parts of Ebonyi lie some of Nigeria's most significant untapped hydrocarbon resources? What if the Southeast is not merely a consumer of Nigeria's petroleum wealth, but one of its future energy frontiers? Today, we explore the geology, discoveries, proven reserves, ongoing production, and enormous future potential of Southeast Nigeria's oil and gas industry. This is the story of a region whose petroleum wealth has often been underestimated, overlooked, or simply misunderstood. One of the biggest misconceptions in Nigeria is that the Southeast has little or no oil and gas. This belief became widespread because commercial oil production historically concentrated around the Niger Delta. However, geological studies over several decades have revealed extensive hydrocarbon-bearing formations stretching deep into southeastern Nigeria. Researchers studying the Anambra Basin have repeatedly confirmed the existence of petroleum systems capable of generating and trapping commercial quantities of oil and gas. Scientific studies have identified source rocks, reservoir rocks, seals, and structural traps, the key ingredients required for hydrocarbon accumulation. The reality is that Southeast Nigeria sits atop one of the country's most promising inland sedimentary basins, and that basin is known as the Anambra Basin. The Anambra Basin covers large portions of Anambra, Enugu, Imo, Abia, Kogi, and parts of Ebonyi State. Geologists regard it as one of Nigeria's major inland sedimentary basins. For decades, exploration activities were limited due to inadequate data and low investment. Yet, scientific investigations consistently pointed towards substantial hydrocarbon potential. Studies published in petroleum journals concluded that the basin contains proven petroleum system elements and significant hydrocarbon-bearing formations. This basin contains formations such as Mboro Shale, Mamu Formation, Ajali Sandstone, Onsuka Formation. These formations are widely recognized as capable of generating and storing hydrocarbons. In simple terms, the rocks are there, the oil is there, the gas is there. The question has never been whether hydrocarbon exists. The question has always been how much exists. A major turning point came with intensified exploration activities around the Anambra Basin. Exploratory drilling and seismic studies began confirming what geologists had suspected for decades. The basin was not empty. Instead, it contains substantial hydrocarbon accumulation. Recent assessments by petroleum experts have suggested that the Anambra Basin alone may contain up to 30 trillion cubic feet of untapped gas resources and associated oil potential. To put this into perspective, Nigeria's total gas reserve stands at approximately 215 trillion cubic feet as of January 2026. If estimates of 30 trillion cubic feet in Anambra Basin prove commercially recoverable, that will represent a significant portion of the nation's gas wealth. Many Nigerians still do not realize that Anambra is now an officially recognized oil-producing state. The state's oil story gained momentum with activities around the Anambra Basin and the OPL 915 region. The commissioning of crude oil production projects in Anambra marked a historic shift. For the first time, the state moved beyond potential and entered actual production. This development transformed Anambra from a purely commercial state into a state with a significant energy sector relevance. It also reinforced the reality that Southeast petroleum resources are not theoretical. They are real, they are measurable, and they are commercially exploitable. While public attention often focuses on Anambra, Imo State has long been a significant oil-producing state. Several oil fields operate within Imo's territory. The state contributes crude oil production to Nigeria's petroleum output and benefits from derivation revenues. Imo's hydrocarbon endowments demonstrate that the Southeast is already participating in Nigeria's oil economy. The issue is not whether oil exists. The issue is public awareness. Many Nigerians simply associate oil production exclusively with the South-South, overlooking substantial production from states like Imo. Abia State is another example. For many years, Abia's reputation centered around Abia's manufacturing and commercial activities. Yet, petroleum exploration and production activities have increasingly highlighted Abia's role in Nigeria's energy sector. Recent discussions around Abia's oil-producing status reflects growing recognition of the state's contribution to petroleum production. As exploration expands and reserves are better quantified, Abia could become an even more important energy-producing state. Enugu is famous as Nigeria's historic coal capital, but fewer people know that the state's sedimentary formation also form a part of the hydrocarbon-rich Anambra Basin. Geological studies indicate significant gas potential in formations extending across Enugu and neighboring states. The same basin that once powered Nigeria through coal may now contribute to the country's natural gas future. This is particularly important because natural gas is increasingly viewed as transition fuel for power generation and industrial development. For Enugu, the future may be written not only in coal, but also in gas. When people hear oil, they often forget about gas. Yet, natural gas may be the true game changer. Gas powers industries. Gas powers electricity plants. Gas fuels fertilizer production. Gas supports petrochemicals. Gas drives industrialization. According to official NUPRC figures, Nigeria possesses over 215 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves. If even a fraction of the estimated Anambra Basin gas resources becomes commercially developed, the economic impact on Southeast Nigeria could be transformational. Factories could receive reliable energy, power generation could improve, industrial clusters could expand, employment opportunities could multiply. Several factors contributed to the underreporting of Southeast petroleum resources. First, exploration spending historically favored the Niger Delta. Second, difficult geological interpretation slowed development. Third, limited infrastructure reduced investor interest. Research have noted that insufficient subsurface data and exploration challenges delayed understanding of the basin's full petroleum potential. As a result, public perception lagged behind geological reality. The resources existed, but awareness did not. Imagine the implication if large-scale development occurs. New investments, industrial parks, gas processing plants, petrochemical facilities, pipeline networks, export terminals, thousands of jobs, billions in revenue, energy security, increased internally generated revenue, higher federal allocations, more infrastructure development. This is why energy experts increasingly view inland basins as strategic assets for Nigeria's future energy expansion. Potential alone does not create prosperity. Several obstacles remain. These include infrastructure deficits, security concerns, regulatory uncertainty, funding limitation, environmental management. The Niger Delta experience also offers important lessons. Development must balance economic growth with environmental sustainability. Communities must benefit. Resources must be managed responsibly. The goal should not merely be extraction. The goal should be development. The evidence is increasingly difficult to ignore. Scientific studies confirm hydrocarbon systems. Exploration activities continue to expand. Production has already begun in parts of the region. Gas resources estimates remain highly promising. The Southeast may not replace the Niger Delta, but it does not need to. Its significance lies in diversification. Nigeria's future energy growth would likely come not only from existing fields, but also from frontiers and inland basins. And among these basins, the Anambra Basin stands out as one of the most important. The story of Southeast oil and gas is still being written, but one thing is becoming clear. The narrative that the Southeast lacks significant petroleum resources is no longer supporting the geological evidence. There is oil there, there is gas there, there is opportunity there. The real question is whether Nigeria will fully develop it. So what do you think? Has petroleum potential of the Southeast Nigeria been underestimated for decades? Can the Anambra Basin become Nigeria's next major energy frontier? And could natural gas be the key to unlock a new era of industrial growth across the region? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification so you never miss out deep dives in history, economy, development, and the future of Eastern Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next documentary.
The 40 cubic feet of gas plants and 200 million barrels of condensate production benchmark, earlier inaugurated in 2024 by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is set to commence operations in Asa community of Imo State in July 2025. This came to the fore during a high-level visit of the management of ANO Gas on the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma, preparatory to the formal take-off of the plant, which is a product of 50-50% equity incorporated joint venture between NNPC Limited and Seplat.
Last year, President Bola Tinubu Ahmed commissioned the plant during May, one of the key projects in Nigeria. So since then, we've been working on the plant, and now we came to inform the Excellency that we are ready now to start commissioning the plant with gas, and also to start gas production sometime in July. So from July this year, Imo State will join one of the biggest states for gas production in the country.
I'm happy that they're about to go into operation, and I'm also happy that the value it will add to Imo State and indeed Nigeria is also enormous. So on that note, we have discussed and have pledged to cooperate with them, to give them all the necessary support, and also requested that they should also cooperate with us in our developmental strides in Imo State.
The plant is designed to process 3 million standard cubic feet of gas through the energy market and liquefied petroleum gas through the domestic market in Imo, along with the corporate social responsibilities in the history of the community and beyond.
This is the newly completed modular refinery constructed by Walter Smith Petroman Oil Limited, located in Ibigwe community in Ohaji-Egbema local government area of Imo State. According to the management of Walter Smith, this refinery, which was completed in record time, is expected to produce 5,000 barrels of oil per day and 271 million litres of petroleum products, including diesel, kerosene, PMS, aviation fuel and LPG, which is just the first phase of the project, while in the second phase, the facility will target the production of 25,000 barrels of oil per day.
By doing this process, we're going to add value by creating jobs, employment for a lot of people, skills acquisition, contribution to the overall economic development and GDP growth.
When we go into petrochemicals, and we go...
The managing director and CEO of Walter Smith Petroman Oil Limited, Chikezie Nwosu, says aside job creation for the host community, the impact on the immediate community will be enormous, especially when the Walter Smith goes into petrochemicals.
The jobs it will create, because the upstream business that we started doesn't create that many jobs, but the downstream business creates multiples of jobs. And we've seen that even in the construction phase, where the number of jobs that were created, this entire outside battery limit was built specifically by Nigerians. There's a company that was running it, but the hands that were doing this were Nigerians, both skilled and unskilled labor.
Meanwhile, the leader of the team from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mr. Yusuf Usman, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Gas and Power, commends Walter Smith for this laudable project.
If we are in a position to reflect this kind of activity, it means we can reach self-sufficiency in terms of processing petroleum, crude oil, and create the products and save foreign exchange from importation.
According to the Walter Smith management, the official launch of this facility is expected to come up later in October, and no doubt when operations at this modular refinery start fully, access to affordable petroleum products for people in the southeast will be made easier and faster.